the Egyptians Heliopolis. Heliopolis means the city of the sun. The city of the sun, Heliopolis in Greek, was originally called in the Egyptian On. Look it up in any dictionary, O-N. That's why when you walk into a room, you flip a switch on, because On was the city of the sun in Egypt. So the three words for the sun in the three esoteric languages of the world is Sol, Om, and On. Solomon. In Solomon's temple, you will see the Temple of Solomon. The word here used for the, well, it's, all right. This is the word used for any oily substance in the Old Testament in the Hebrew is shemen or semen. Strong's Bible Concordance has it saying, it is very suggestive of the old Hebraic writings, that when we find the oil of anointing for phallic pillars, priests and kings, it's called semen. The word used by the Romans and our medical men for the fluid of the male. Consequently, this is where we get the word Christos, for oil. Now, here is a ground plan for the Temple of Solomon, Solomon's Temple. And now we're hearing so much about how the fraternities are wanting to, in the Middle East, want to rebuild Solomon's Temple. Well, you better look at this because it's not what you think it is. Solomon's Temple. There's the ground plan for the temple. Now, if you look at Solomon's Temple, they had two pillars at the gate, at the entrance to Jachin and Boaz. Jachin and Boaz, look at the ground plan for Solomon's Temple. Here's what it really is. You'll see the male phallic, and it's within the female. So the whole Temple of Solomon, the holy is the male phallic, and the most holy is the head of the penis, and it goes into the female, which is called the Temple of Solomon, the Temple of Life. And consequently, Solomon's Temple was merely a representation of the second. Now here we have, down at the bottom it's showing the same thing. So this is why you will find on churches a big phallic. So when you drive by churches, you see these things that are called colonnades. Colonnade. Incidentally, that's why Colin Powell, ABC News, about a year ago, said, it was interesting, they said Colin Powell, his actual real name was Collins Powell, Collins Powell. But all the politicians around Washington, D.C. thought he was so full of it, they called him Colin Powell. That's where he gets it, Colin Powell. And that is a representation of the male phallic, and it's on a church. Again, this is why you priests have to go to a school. Here it is again. Here's another temple. You can tell the layout of the temple. No, that's not Bill Clinton. This is a Egyptian god named Min, M-I-N. And you see the Egyptians climbing the pole. It's called the ceremony of climbing the pole of Min. The pole, of course, is the representation of the male phallic. One of the most important is that of the maypole. This relic of pagan tree worship originally represented the cosmic axis and the phallic power of the sky god. Here dancing around the maypole and have no idea in the world that women are dancing around the male phallic. And I think, Christians once a year in September have something called See You at the Pole. They have no idea in the world that it's the same old idea of see you at the pole, dancing around the male phallic. These are called scepters of power. These are symbols of male power. That's what it means. So when you see these symbols in their hands, it represents that everywhere. Incidentally, the Washington Monument is a phallic symbol, and it connects, it's the male phallic, and it connects to the female ovaries, the oval office. The Egyptian idea, the Egyptian convention of twin phallic pillars of the temple gate was copied by the temple at Jerusalem, where the right pillar was named Jachin, God of the earth, and the left pillar was named Boaz, eagerness and strength. What are we talking about? Jachin, eagerness and strength. That's in the Bible, 1 Kings. The Temple of Solomon represented sex. Period. And there are the temples. There it is again. You'll see the temple and the two phallic pillars in Solomon's temple. There they are. Jachin, Boaz. Two male phallic pillars in front of the temple. Incidentally, that's where the word temple comes from. The house of God, or the house of El, a temple, El. The house of El, the house of the gods, Temple. And on all the temples, we always have the twin phallic pillars. There it is in downtown Wilson, downtown Los Angeles. You see it all over the world. All over the earth, you see twin phallic pillars. Going all the way back to the Phoenician Canaanites. This is over in Pasadena at the British Israel Masonic Ambassador College. What is that? What is the symbolism? Anybody? Am I the only one seeing what the symbolism there? There's a king with this phallic symbol on both sides of the. Now, pipes were also, the musical instruments, both flute and reed pipes, had a place in primitive fertility rites owing to this phallic appearance. And the second line goes on to say singles and double pipes, among other instruments, are depicted in the Mesopotamian art from the 3rd century millennium. And then it was also adopted into Christian theology. So pipes were, where does it show that it was a phallic? Yeah, the third line down on the pipe. As a symbol of male sexuality, it occurs in Greco-Roman and Renaissance art. And so the pipes, this is why we have something called a male organ, the twin pipes. When you see the Mormon church with the male organ, just remember that's what it all means. That's where it came from. The twin phallic pipes. Now, enough of that is enough. We're going to the next one. Again, while I'm doing this, is I'm showing you how things we think we understand and we're used to seeing never even occurred to you what these things mean. Let's see. This one goes from 27.